Hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis and I'm a beginner artist, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing Chad. It's been quite a bit since I've drawn Chad. Um I'm gonna say this. Based on what I saw this episode, this girl Naomi, right? I think that she should theoretically be able to beat anybody. Why do I say that? Because they all decided to attack her with their attacks, and anything reishi related, or not reishi, anything spiritual pressure related she can absorb, right? That's understandable. So like a blast, hado, uh um spiritual pressure attacks, keto, right? I don't know. I don't remember if those are whatever. Anything that requires power to be pushed, right? She can absorb. So, uh they all attack, and one person that did attack was Renji, right? But Renji attacked with his Shikai. Now I don't know if you know this, but Renji attacking with his Shikai, he doesn't send out any blasts with his Shikai. The only thing that goes out with his Shikai is his sword extends in his Shikai, right? So what she showed us just then with him attacking specifically is that any attacks that have spiritual pressure behind them, not just the spiritual pressure, right? Like she said, yeah, she can absorb anything spiritual pressure related, but like an attack. So theoretically, doesn't it just negate attacks with that mentality, right? Somebody like Kenpachi, whose sword does not do anything else other than hit things, wouldn't she theoretically be able to negate the damage that she takes from him because her sword will siphon the spiritual pressure when he attacks, right? Like theoretically, that's what happens if you're saying that she can absorb energy from Renji's attack, his Shikai. His Bankai is completely different, because if it was his Bankai, I'd know that his Bankai actually has an attack that actually shoots out like a beam. But his Shikai doesn't have anything like that. So for him to do that, you know, it's like it's almost the equivalent of like Rangiku. Sorry. Like Rangiku's sword. Her sword, it doesn't have like an ability, right? Her sword breaks down into like sand, right? Essentially, it breaks down into sand, and upon the attacks of that sand, after it's done, it will turn right back into a sword. So imagine, think about it this way. Based on where her abilities are, if Rangiku turns her sword into sand and then attacks, those sand particles disappear. They get absorbed, right? So how would she have a sword after that? Wouldn't she have to, like, wouldn't that be like the equivalent of like her losing like a massive amount of her spiritual pressure because now she has to create a whole new sword? I understand that the sword, like, the swords can turn back to normal, right? But think about Byakuya. Byakuya's sword, if you put a wrap around his sword will not turn into rose petals. And why is that? Because it shows you that his whole blade is the rose petals that show up, right? So if his whole blade, if his whole blade is the rose petals that attacks, then getting rid of those rose petals will theoretically make the sword, like, I don't want to say non-existent, but that should be theoretically how it works. But I just thought about it, and I take back everything that I just said, and the reason why is because we have an example of that not being the case. via Ichigo fighting against Byakuya at the top of the mountain when he was trying to save Rukia, and he cut the blades when they were surrounding around him. But I don't know, cause was that in his? Nah, that wasn't his Bankai. Yeah, yeah. So, well, it might have been. I don't remember. I don't remember if he went into his Bankai at that point, but you know, that's my point. But yeah, let's get into this.
Made a mistake last night. Maybe I can make it right. Said I'm close to baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy, crazy about you, crazy about you. I know I'm upset sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know that it might be tense. I know when you've had enough. It's just how I show my love. Darling, can I live it up with you?
right, I am finished with this picture of Chad. I will say you can see right here that I did not do this portion right here. And I will say that I apologize because I definitely forgot to do that. So that's why that's like that. But other than that, I think the picture came out really well, other than like, his hair being, you know, it not having the difference in shadows, right? So, but that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I can do in the comment sections to make it better for you to watch next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.